In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Rob Dillingham at Kentucky and what makes him such a great player. For one, he comes off the bench and drops well over 20 points a game easily, and sometimes even reaches into the 30-point range. So let's get down, let's check out what Rob Dillingham does coming off the bench that allows him to get so much scoring, but also allows him to be able to get so many minutes so that he can do this much scoring. Let's get down, let's check him out. Okay, so in this first clip, he's way over there, and they run their offense. What we see is their ability to get that ball into or around that paint, which collapses the defense, and Rob Dillingham is way out, spaced out along the perimeter. This is very important. Obviously, this is part of their offense. However, just being able to space yourself out, they get the ball into the paint. Look at this, 3 offensive players in the paint with 4 defenders. Nobody wants an easy paint touch. This is actually a very simple strategy to run so that when that ball gets into the paint, you can kick that ball out, and then you're going to have a lot of the defenders trying to stop this man from shooting. By having good spacing, as Rob Dillingham has, this allows him to get an open 3-point shot. We can see that this extra pass, drive, kick, swing, works extremely well. It's a very simple offense to be able to run, and this allows Rob Dillingham to have that wide open shot as he does right there. Now, while you may say, okay, this is Rob Dillingham's fault right after that same play of him scoring, getting scored on himself, this isn't just necessarily his fault. While he should be trying to get in front and redirect that player away from the paint, he was unable to be fast enough to be able to do that. Postman was smart. He sealed his man, which also sealed at the same time Rob Dillingham. And then it's also this man's fault for not coming down to play help defense on this reverse layup. If this guy actually dropped down, he could have potentially either made that a hard shot or blocked that layup. You'll notice that usually on defensive assignments, it's not just one player's fault that somebody scored. It may be his initial fault, but then there is the whole other rest of the team's fault as well on top of it. Again, they get that ball into the paint. They then, of course, get that rebound. Now, this is just a control. They're trying to get that ball back into play. It was going out of bounds. But as soon as Rob Dillingham gets that ball, he's not stopping the ball and stopping the movement and being like, okay, I need to look for the pass. I need to look for the drive. I need to look for the shot. And I don't know what to do, so I freeze. Well, he's not thinking like that. As soon as he gets that ball, he has the space, he's already knowing what to do. And this all comes down to, as soon as he gets that kick-out pass, he's already been reading the defense. He already knows that the defense is at least 15 feet away from him. They're going to be sprinting out. If he puts up his shot, they're not going to be in his range to block his shot. So get that shot off as fast as possible if you have the space after a kick-out pass, especially if you're shooting at the percentage that Rob Dillingham shoots at, in which case he was able to make this shot and helped draw his team closer back into this Tennessee game. Now, everything about this play is perfect. He's called out the play, he's running point right now, and they are running their play. Kentucky is running their play so that, of course, they can get a basket. Rob Dillingham passes that ball off, and then he receives it back. This is obviously all part of their play. However, there is a part at the end that is not necessarily part of their play. Coming off of a staggered screen, off of the dribble handoff then screen, he is now trying to attack that paint if he can. He's collapsed the defense. He could have taken one more dribble to really collapse this guy, but it would have been risky for the kick-out pass. So he kicks that ball out early. This allows that defender to recover back. What does Rob Dillingham do at this point, though? At this time, Rob Dillingham doesn't just stand there and get in the way or cut to the basket where there's no lane to cut to the basket. His man's already going down to stop this guy from driving baseline. Rob Dillingham pops out to the 3-point line, moving off ball. This is extremely important. Being able to move off ball, read what your defender is doing, and getting to an open spot on the court after the play has been ran is extremely important. And he's able to pop out. He's a spot-up shooter. He's a very good shooter, and he's able to drain that shot. Being able to move off ball after a screen or after a play breaks down, or potentially your defender is out of position to guard you and you see an open spot, and that's a spot where you can score from, which is Rob Dillingham's able to score there 100% of the time almost. then you need to get to those spots. Now, coming off of this next play, he gets a dribble handoff. And now what it's supposed to happen is this guy's supposed to come up for the extra dribble handoff, almost like a weave offense. Now, depending on what these defenders are doing, you have to also read the whole team's defense. So, what would be the better decision here? Should he be looking to do the dribble handoff, or with his man standing straight up, this man standing straight up, and nobody here playing any kind of real defense, should he put pressure on the defense? Well, he should. He denies the dribble handoff. He now attacks that paint. Now, he's going to be putting pressure on these two guys if he gets past his initial defender. By attacking here, he has put pressure on the defense. This man is more worried about the three-point shot than he is of the drive, so he pops out. This now leaves the lane wide open to attack. If this guy moves over, your first read should be to kick it to the postman. However, if this man doesn't come over to cut off your drive, you need to go straight to that rim, and that's exactly what Rob Dillingham does here. Plays like this allow him to get more playing time. Even though it may look like he's ISOing his man, it's actually part of the play, and he made the right read in this situation. Now watch how much Rob Dillingham moves in this clip. At first, they save that ball from going out of bounds. He's standing on the wing. After that, they kick that ball out towards the point, and now Rob Dillingham starts moving down towards the corner because his man is now going out to guard this guy. There is no defenders on this side of the court once this man goes and guards him, which means that Rob Dillingham is going to be wide open. That pass shouldn't have been a fake. That should have been the first decision. However, that guy takes one dribble over. This guy almost messed everything up. He should have made that pass way earlier. He still gets that pass over to Rob Dillingham. Dillingham has a man who is now closing out onto him, but he wouldn't have been open if he didn't move off ball from a wing to corner or deeper wing. At this time, he attacks the rim because his man was closing out on this side, giving baseline, hoping that there would be potentially a help defender who can trap him essentially right there. That never happened. And, well, almost happened, but the guy was late, and Rob Dillingham was able to finish at the rim. Rob Dillingham already knew what he was doing. This goes back to decision-making and reading what defenses are doing. If this pass was earlier, that would have been an open three. With the pass coming late, you have to, as an offensive player, understand that, okay, there's a guy closing out. Which side is he going to close out on me on? Is he going to close out on me on that right side? Yes, I need to go baseline. I'm not going to kick this ball back out towards the point. I'm not going to stand there and just wait. I need to make my decision quick and decisive. He is able to then attack that man quick, and he's able to get to that rim. This is exactly what you need to do if you are coming off the bench. So by hitting that quick three, anytime there's a kick out shot, kick out pass, and of course, obviously, you need to be a good shooter like Rob Dillingham to be able to make that shot. However, if you are a good shooter, spot-up threes on the kick-out pass is going to give you, in most situations, more playing time. Being able to read the defense and to be able to attack and put pressure on the defense by getting that ball into the paint and then kicking it out or scoring is a great way also to be able to get more playing time in most situations. Also, there's also the fact that he runs plays. He was able to run plays, which keeps him in the game. He's not trying to go ISO every single time. He's not trying to be overly 1-on-5. In some situations, that works. You need to be able to get that ball into the paint to kick it out. However, he is making the right decisions at the right time, and that is why he is on the court and scoring upwards of 30+ points in some games, coming off the bench, which is crazy. Anyways, I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to go check out my vertical jump training book that is down in the description below. And, of course, this app if you like the ability to draw on the screen. And I will see you guys again in my next video.